Hey guys, Turret here bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Stalingrad. This one's between Iron Emperor spawning in the south, playing for the OKW. And DragoN, I believe BOB is a clan, spawning in the north for the Soviet Union. And his loadout is Tank Hunter Tactics, Terror and Soviet Reserve Army. It's a pretty interesting loadout there. You see the Iron Emperor is so far spamming Stern Pioneers, and that may not be a bad idea on this map. This is typically thought to be a terrible map for Axis, or the close range engagements tend to favour the Allies. You can use things like shock troops and the base unit engagements such as conscripts or riflemen versus grenadiers. The Allied troops tend to win those in close quarters combat, so that's why Stalingrad is such a bad map for the Axis. But we'll see if Iron Emperor can turn things back in the Axis favour by using a whole bunch of Stern Pioneers. Stern Pioneers are now a lot cheaper to reinforce and faster to reinforce. Still take quite a long time to produce though. So we'll see how he gets on here. I was going to put a mine down there, but I think he realised that he was a bit probably got seen. He planted it slightly too early. Unluckily there, gets just in the range of that base bunker there and is forced to retreat.
We have more conscripts at our disposal.
Awaiting command.
Here comes some more Stern Pioneers though. Looks like Iron Emperor is taking the fight right to DragoN. DragoN so far has gone for 2 Maxims though, so he's not doing too well for map control, all things considered. He's had to spend all that time making the tech structure, and Maxim's of course not that good at capping. Maxim's now losing this engagement at close range against those Stern Pioneers behind heavy cover. Feel like probably Terror Tactics or Reserve Army would be the best on this map. I don't think I'd actually use Reserve Army because he's already gone for 2 Maxims. He doesn't have a whole bunch of conscripts, so there's not really that much utility for Reserve Army. So Terror Tactics would be my go-to. Shock troops would do excellent on this map. Only now is Bob DragoN finally capping this. He's stayed in this garrison pretty much the whole game so far, and that's fair enough. You don't want to lose this garrison or this garrison here. Once you lose those, you'll be in a real sticky situation. But it has meant that his resources are just woefully low in terms of munitions. He's been very defensive with this Maxim down here. He's really just letting Iron Emperor bring the fight to him.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
And honestly, I'm surprised he hasn't brought his Maxim over to this garrison here. Probably would have been a much more useful
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
position for it to be in. Luckily, just manages to get some utility out of it there, especially in that squad. That one man in that squad was in a arc of fire. Stern Pioneers defused that mine there, but forced to retreat. Oh, nice flank here from these Stern Pioneers, catching this Maxim in deep trouble. He uses a sprint though to get away from Stern Pioneers, but there's nothing else to really stop the advance of those Stern Pioneers. So if there's a squad here that was causing damage to the Steam Pioneers so they couldn't continue their chase, it probably would have been a good maneuver there from Bob DragoN, but it wasn't the case, so accordingly wasn't the best play.
Engineers standing by. We need to re-establish our supply lines.
We are taking losses.
Iron Emperor has now cut DragoN off from his munitions.
Don't leave me. Engineers standing by. Awaiting command.
Looks like DragoN's gonna set his
Conscripts have arrived.
command engineers in the base. He's at the required amount of fuel to tech. He's just gonna save up a bit more manpower.
Waiting for your command.
He's also taking healing right now, so he may leave this conscript squad
At your service.
in base.
The
Until
enemy is
that
encroaching
completes.
on our territory.
So you can reap the benefits of that.
Comrades, we have now installed
Massive
a
Steam
field
Pioneers here just blasting away at this garrison. Actually doing a really good job.
unpleasant.
And they do manage to flush that conscript squad out there.
Ready for action.
Machine gun will get revealed because they're so close to that territory point flag.
Making small arms.
Would have been revealed to Iron Emperor, so he knows that there's mechs in there. He's trying to do a flank here. But what is this lone man doing? He's slowing the whole squad down. Slowing down Iron Emperor's flank drastically there. That one Steam Pioneer really needs a kick up the ass.
We have an isolated sector.
Watch for grenades. We are taking losses. Watch out. Grenade. Right flank.
Grenade and Molotov being exchanged here.
We are bleeding, comrades.
Conscripts now have a tough retreat path through these Steam Pioneers, and that's why DragoN's trying to send them down this way to retreat. Nicely down there, might have been wiped otherwise. Steam Pioneers probably going to have to retreat shortly. There they go. Conscripts at long range, just slowly chipping away at their health. This Maxim just hasn't done anything almost the entire game. It's been a bit of a waste. He could have jumped into this garrison whilst all this fighting has been going on, and it would have actually been a good use of its time. So you just camped out here on the field. As allies, you do want to be
Awaiting command.
aggressive in the early game. You don't want to just be camping your
Okay. That's
own
the last
resources.
one. They will die here.
And if we look at the tactical map briefly, bit of lag there, as always is the first time you open a tactical map. See that Iron Emperor is doing pretty well for map control. He's had pretty much these two VPs for most of the game. He's constantly been harassing this munitions point.
Rifleman ready.
You see DragoN actually going for a third Maxim now. Yes,
They've opened up on us.
has
Engineers standing by. Enemy forces are
put up his tech structure. Hasn't gone for the M5, and that makes sense because he hasn't had good enough munitions control so far.
MG squad awaiting orders.
And he's probably going to be thinking T70. Wouldn't recommend SU-76 in this map. You need a turret. So many corners which you can get ambushed from. You need the turret in Stalingrad, otherwise you're liable to get shut down with your assault guns. What? What? How did that grenade do so much damage? These squads are all the way over here, and there's lots of men over there. What is going on in this game?
Supply lines have been cut.
And look at this squad. There's like 4 men over here and 2 men over here or something. This is a really weird spacing on all these squads today.
Machine gun.
Got 2 Maxims over here. This one's just chipping away at this Rakenwerf in the garrison. In comes this one trying to flank. Realizes that there's a second Maxim there. Probably not going to be able to get a flank. What is he doing? He's... Ah, this Maxim here,
Capturing our supplies.
definitely a misplay from DragoN. Hasn't done anything this whole game. Nevertheless, the Maxim spam is real for DragoN. He's got 3 of them so far. Isn't really gaining him much of an advantage though. Here comes T-70, and pretty much at the same time here comes the Lukes.
They've opened up on us! Do not show fear!
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
T-70 usually beats the Lukes. So a gun is more powerful than the autocannon on the Lukes. T-70 is completely out of position here at the moment, and he's not going to get much done here because there's a COH2 right there.
One of our machine guns.
Down goes the Maxim, which is now shredding the second Maxim. Finally, the DragoN reacts. Here comes the T-70. Not before he loses two Maxims though.
Can now attack tanks with AT grenades. Our command post is under assault. The sector is at risk.
T-70's on the chase. It's got the rear armor of the Lukes, and I think the Lukes is going to go down here if he micros his tank correctly. No, what is he doing? He's activated recon mode.
Squad of infantry has been killed. Death before retreat.
Oh no, I think that wasn't recon mode, that was prioritized vehicles. Good. I thought he activated recon mode there for a second. I was gonna go, oh no. He must have made a misclick. Looks like a conscript squad did go down here to the COH2. DragoN was too busy microing his T-70. And now he's gonna lose his T-70 to the COH2. Oh, he just manages to clear its arc of fire. Wow, that thing is super lucky.
You need something built?
Also rather lucky is that these team weapons are pretty close to his base, so he should be able to recrew them without carrying too many losses. This Maxim's just been sitting here the whole game. It's such a waste. I suppose, I mean, he hasn't lost his fuel, but I don't think Iron Emperor's really ever tried to harass it that hard.
Only 200 points remain. Double your efforts.
We are bleeding, comrades!
T-70 now being repaired. All is quiet on the front, so we might just speed this up for a second here.
Replacements have arrived!
Anti-tank gun is ready for
Okay.
action.
Back to normal speed. Do see that the Zisses have been recruited. I mean, not the Zisses, the Maxims have been recruited, and the Zis has been brought onto the field. Looks like you can use the T-70 as a light cover, or heavy covers rather. Don't think I've ever seen that in action though. Molotov into this garrison here, trying to flush out a Rakidwave. He doesn't want that firing upon his T-70. He's just received a new lick of paint. Doesn't want that getting dusted up by some rockets. It's a Shrek squad here, but no, but that gets suppressed by the Maxim, and this T-70's got run of the map right now. So final Rakidwave here covering the left-hand fuel. So T-70 should be in a good spot actually. That's a second Shrek squad from Iron Emperor now, so should help keep the T-70 honest on its toes. Yeah. Nice flank here from Iron Emperor, getting a grenade over that wall there, knocking out most of the Maxim crew. But that's what happens when you spam Maxims. You've probably got another Maxim to cover your Maxim. And that forces retreat there. Iron Emperor has gone for elite armor. So I imagine he wants to get the Stern Tiger. Look at that requirement there. What's that? 110 million, 950, no, 11 million, $95,064 no key. Nice requirement there on the Stern Tiger.
We are as ready as we can be.
What I should say is 11 command points. So we do see an Su-76 from DragoN, which I was saying earlier I really do not recommend on this map. We need a turret. Has selected terror tactics. Very late selection of terror tactics. Hasn't got to use the shock troops, which would have been so useful this game. Is it going to use that demo charge just to wipe this one-man squad? No! Doesn't even have to. Those combat engineers get the job done. Here comes the squad overs with the LMG outside of the arc of fire of that Maxim, and of course a mass retreat there from DragoN. Su-76 firing away, but its turret is not much. Oh, not its turret, its gun is not much use against Oversoldaten. Here they come in from a flank on this Maxim, forcing it to retreat as well. This one's still camped out over here. We see these conscripts doing some capping. T-70's returned to the fray, and he's only on half health. That's one Raketenwerfer a shot away from death. And here comes the Raketenwerfer. T-70 pulls back for some repairs after inflicting quite a lot of bleed on those overs, really. That was a pretty nice maneuver there from DragoN. Slightly risky, but definitely worth it. 100 manpower down the drain there.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Steam Pioneers just ripping into these conscripts. Have to reload there, and they continue their assault. Down go the conscripts. I think DragoN's too busy trying to micro all of this stuff coming out of his base. T-70's still not completely repaired. It looks like it's because he's designated that squad to build a howitzer. And that's faced right at these two headquarters structures, so that's actually a very good thing for DragoN, that those two HQs are so close together, almost certainly to get hit by those ML-20 barrages. He has put it reasonably far forward though, and it's kind of in the line of fire there. I suppose it's slightly defended by this. Generally, if possible, you want maybe two tech structures like on the outside here, and then your ML-20 right behind it, to allow your structures to protect it from tanks and the like. Iron Empress finally saved up enough for the Stern Tiger, and here it comes. You can improve, extra range, extra lethality, extra penetration. It's extra good right now. ML-20's opening up Luckily that ruined building there soaked up most of that shell.
Taking the territory.
Fresh conscripts have arrived.
Well, nothing too damaging on that. That barrage. Looks like he got 2 kills right then there on that Rakenworth squad. Oh, here comes Stern Tiger.
The sector is at risk.
Oh, he's threatening to fire upon that SC-76.
Field gun standing.
And this isn't going to be much use here either. Is he just going to run this straight into the howitzer? Looks like he wants to.
Fucking fire!
Oh, he clears the Zis gun, but he doesn't clear the howitzer. Here comes the IL-2 bombing run. That was really a massive waste of munitions there. Didn't even damage the engine of the Sturm Tiger. There's no way that was ever going to connect.
Awaiting command.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Still, at least the SC-76 got a few good hits in on the Sturm Tiger. And that will need repairs, and Iron Emperor's lost all his Sturm Pioneers, so he can't really repair that at the moment. Needs another squad. Also could go for a mechanized regiment.
The
Either
enemy
way,
is encroaching on our territory.
would be sufficient to repair his wounded Sturm Tiger. Looks like the ML-20 is repositioned to try and fire over here.
We need to re-establish
How you want to be using your howitzers is you want to cause squads to retreat like they have now, and then fire your howitzers right now, so as soon as they arrive, his howitzer shells landing right when they return to base and hopefully getting wipes. Down goes T-70, nice long range trick shot there from that Volk squad.
Do you need something?
Howitzer hasn't hit anything, as you can see, still on 2 kills.
Awaiting command.
Sturm Tiger has completed reloading, but as I was saying, he needs to bring in some Sturm Pioneers for the repairs, and those are
You are
finally
showing
coming out
weakness.
now.
We are down to 75 points. Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
It is now under our control.
This is being repaired. Looks like he wants that full protection of his ML-20. Needs some mines though. Some mines on these approaches to try and protect it from the Sturm Tiger. Would have been a much better use of his munitions rather than that IL-2 bombing run.
Standing by.
Sturm Tiger clears that. Maxim destroys it, in fact. Takes AT grenades for its troubles.
Neutralizing a sector.
Still, it's off to a pretty good start. 17 kills already in 2 shells.
Man down!
Do see 2 SU-76s from DragoN. It's not the worst idea. At least if he loses them to a Sturm Tiger shell, they're pretty cheap and he can rebuild them without too many issues. It's like he's just shelling the base at the moment. He had the right idea shelling these 2 HQs. If he continue with that strategy, he'd be in a much better position right now. He might even be able to wipe these reinforcing squads. SC-76 in trouble right in front of this Rakenwerfer. Down he goes. Trick squad finishes the job.
Another vehicle has been lost in the defense of the Rodina.
Rebuilt it as ordered. Machine gun ready.
It's the second time this Maxim's actually fired at something. That's really good. Fair propaganda. Attempting to stop that salvage operation was unsuccessful though. Stern Tiger fully repaired now, almost finished reloading, and I think the next rocket shell could be the decider. You see KV-8 rolling onto the field now for DragoN. So as I was saying, this is how terror tactics usually goes. You get the KV-8 out, force a few squads to retreat, and then you fire upon wherever they're retreating to. I just missed a Stern Tiger shell. Looks like it shredded another Maxim. Might have got some conscripts as well. Oh, that was a decent ML20 shell actually. Let's clear that Raketen with her. Here comes the KV-8. And I think that's going to be the game. No. Just relax. Oh, KV-8 roasts that squad in the blink of an eye. Down it goes. It's taking a lot of Raketen with fire, and down goes the main gun. He's desperately trying to backpedal it to safety. Is this barrage coming in? I mean, not this barrage. SU-76 barrage coming in. Everything's backing off. Right now, DragoN needs to make another combat engineer squad so he can repair his vehicles, get them back onto the front lines ASAP. But I think he's going to run out of victory points before that is even going to come into play, to be honest. Stern Tiger's nearly finished reloading already. Here it comes.
What do you need?
Looks like the howitzer is about to start its barrage once more. Okay, so now he's finally started barraging these HQs again, but he hasn't caused anything to retreat. Oh, down got his two conscript squads. Stern Tiger. Oh no. If you haven't been complaining about this, that extra bit of range it has received really seems to make it a lot more potent. And that's it. We're out of victory points. DragoN goes down to Iron Emperor. So we got to see something a little bit different here today. We got to see the Stern Pioneers, from mass Stern Pioneers early from Iron Emperor. It seemed to go alright. It's hard to say though. DragoN went more for Maxims and was quite passive, especially with this one. This one didn't do anything the whole game really. Selected terror tactics very late. Should have got it earlier so he could have fielded some shock troops. Would have been a boon to his early game successes. And then kind of misused the ML20 at the end there. Needs to cause squads to retreat and then barrage the retreat point. And just generally a bit too passive and just generally outplayed by Iron Emperor here. Well, if you'd like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.